Relations between the respective supporters had always been volatile at the best of times, and skirmishes before and after games were not uncommon. The 13th of January 1991 would mark the point where relations reached a tragic low. When a knife-wielding Pirates fan would attack a set of Chiefs fans, the ensuing skirmish and panic-induced stampede of fearful fans would lead to 42 deaths and approximately 100 people nursing an assortment of injuries. It was at this point that supporters of both these teams would have to address the bad blood that existed between the two.
Oh, the Ogni disaster, the section of Pirates supporters, they were the one who started that fight because Chiefs equalized. We scored a goal. And then when Chiefs scored, there were 2 goals up, and then hell broke loose. They seen that Pirates is not going to win. Then they started the fight. But I was not near those people, but I didn't know how it started because it was the supporters were fighting each other. A lot of people lost their life there. So I had to run for cover as well because if I could be seen going nearer, maybe I could be dead by then. So I had to run for cover. So I don't know exactly how it started. And then I only seen people fighting one another, stabbing them with bottles, knives. A lot of things were happening there. So that was one of the things that I dislike, of which I didn't like in my life of football. That was one of the worst things to happen in front of me.
Yeah, we also have one Chiefs was playing PE. Our bonda was cracked through to the players Doctor Nabanye. It was not good. And then I don't know, do God punish me or suspend me or show me something. Because I lost so many friends. Friend of me, and then I can't help, I can't do nothing. That is God's decision. So Nkumbula Noma say 2002 we went to Zimbabwe. 14 people was there, friend of me. But Fagane Tigers must go is Zimbabwe, but I survived.
And now Chiefs getting men forward in the box. Pule's made a very good run here. Nomvete looks for goal. And now the shot flies in. Chiefs are ahead against the run of play.
Breaking news. Apparently there's 2 fans that have been stampeded. There's a big rush in the crowd, and the paramedics are working frantically to bring these guys back to life.
Although the animosity between the 2 sets of supporters would be dealt with, tragedy would mar this treasured fixture on the 11th of April 2004 at Ellis Park, where a stampede caused by a surge of fans who had arrived late for the match would lead to 43 deaths and countless injured, marking it as the worst sporting tragedy in Africa's history.
Yeah, I remember, the day when, when the whole thing started, I remember when the game was just still playing, and at that time we never really, we were never aware of what's happening, And when the ref came up to me and called the Pirates captain, and he stopped the game, and he said to us, "I need to stop the game. There's a possibility of a stampede outside. People were still trying to get in. At that time, he said, people are just injured, And then we said, okay, we just, at that time, one was just never thinking of and never knew of what is really happening, And I guess one would say at that time we were just thinking about just going back up and playing, And a few minutes later, he came and the ref said, they said about 2 people died. And at that time, one was started thinking, we didn't, I think at that time didn't know what to think, And I had to tell the players that what had happened,
The one of Ellis Park, I was right at the stadium. I was already in when the stampede started there. I only heard a section of that crowd there in that gate number 4. People were crying. So, hoo. And then immediately, I jumped into the stadium. I went to that corner. I've never seen anything like that before. It was so horrible. Even today, I don't want to recall what I've seen there. I was scared, and then I couldn't believe what I've seen there. So it is something that I think will never happen in football, because I was among the people who went for the commission. I was testifying there, giving my report as well about what I've seen there. Now, all the recommendations that were put forward, I think if we as supporters can take them seriously, stamping like that one can never be seen again, because it is just an important thing. You buy your ticket on time, and then your arrival at the stadium, time frame is very, very important. Go to the gate that shows on your ticket. Go to the seat number that shows on your ticket. Go to the section of the color on your ticket. Everything will be safe. You will sit exactly where you're supposed to sit. There will be no one pushing you, no stampede. As long as we can be seen buying our tickets on time, arriving early at the stadium, things will shape up better and then we will enjoy it.